Hello, 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 and this is another VOD from JonnyKnows, and yeah, this is the match. It is between Adele and Terrybogard. Yeah, Terry, back in the business against Adele. Razor. I'm not sure how old this replay is. Actually, that reminds me, I should probably check. I don't know. It was from request. I have no idea just when this was played. Let's take a look here. This is actually, yeah, it's this year for one thing. I guess it might have been. I guess it's last month, right? Because this is like month. Okay. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. So. Okay, sorry, I can't match numbers to the months. Okay, I'm really bad at that. But now I know. Okay, it was played in March 5th. So it is a couple months old. Actually, you know what? I really could have looked at here and then kind of looked at the one I just saved recently. And been like, hey, you know, that's actually 2 months ago. Okay, now we can begin. I mean, I could have easily just decided to stop recording and just start now and not sound so dumb, but I think it's better this way. Alright, so we have Razor, or RZR, maybe it stands for something else like Red Zebra's Rock, and Adele, and Terrybogard. Alright, let's begin. Adele will be playing as the Blue Allies on the left side of Infinity Isle, and on the right we have Red Soviets being played by Terrybogard, one of our very own experts, and Adele, probably a soon-to-be expert. Let's just see how this match turns out. Alright, I forgot to turn on a song. That'll be okay. Now it'll be in game. Oh wow, I'm doing really bad. Anyways, never mind that. We will continue with this. Wait. There it is. It's very silent. How about that? Seems to be okay. Alright, so we have the Allies player, Adele, scouting a bit with a single dog. You know, back in the day, people would always build like 4 trillion dogs. Nah, I'm just kidding. But it used to be a tactic. I remember some cheesy Allied players would actually just build tons and tons of dogs. They'd just be like, dual racks, dog, 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 and just keep building the attack dog constantly, and eventually just overwhelm the Soviet player, and then just have a bunch of dogs. I think Soviet players actually used to do that to Allies players as well. I've had that done to me. I never really liked it. It's really annoying. This is the only counter is to really just spam some of your own. And as the Allies player, that's kind of a disadvantage because then you can't afford as many Vindicators. But the Soviet player cannot afford as many anti-air, so it kind of cancels itself out. On the downside of it, if you lose the battle, you're just at a major disadvantage. You spent all this money and you didn't even do much. So I used to always feel like I'm not going to build any dogs to counter that, and I always thought I'd be so smart on not building anything, but then my opponent actually has infinite scouting for the rest of the match, even though he did spend all of his money, and I got to build all the Vindicators I felt like. The Soviet players were just better than me. I've always had trouble with Soviets, and I'm an Allies player. I hate Soviets. Soviets really gave me a hard time. It wasn't until like mid-Conquer Cup days where Empire players truly began giving me trouble. But this isn't about me. This is about Adele and Terrybogard. I don't know why I'm talking about myself. I'm such an egomaniac. Alright, well. So it looks like Terrybogard has a couple bullfrogs out. And the one thing about Terry, he has really good bullfrog micro. I definitely learned this when I played against him in the past. And I always felt that Allied would stop Fast War Factory, but he had such good bullfrog micro compared to my Vindicator micro. It just didn't work out like that. Now this is an interesting tactic. This is actually, he loaded up all of his bullfrogs with conscripts. Oh, actually this tactic is just interesting in general. I mean, he's sickles, conscripts, and bullfrogs. Let's see how this turns out for him. This is a completely strange strategy. There's not many things I haven't seen in Red Alert 3, but this one seems to be just something I haven't seen. So I'm not entirely sure how this is going to turn out. Probably not that well. I mean, Adele does have lots of infantry, but Terrybogard does have a couple bears out. If he really wanted to make sure this would work, he'd probably need a couple more bears just to guarantee it. But he does have these sickles, and I imagine that's what he's going to try to use to really put an end to those infantry. However, he does have the bullfrogs to stop the aircraft from stopping the sickle. So, you know, he has a pretty well-rounded army, and looks like he just destroyed all these bears. Now that's going to make it a little bit tougher for Terry. And looks like Terry got the 3rd refinery up and running. And not to mention, Adele does as well. He also has the seaport ready to stop it on the spot. How predictable. How predictable. Does he even know that the refinery's there? Does he even know? He hasn't seen it. He hasn't scouted it. But he knows. He's like, man, he's definitely expanding backwards because he didn't expand up in the middle area. So we had a little bit of a battle going on, but it's as going as bad as I thought. He has tons of anti-infantry, and he just doesn't have any dogs to really stop this. I mean, by dogs, I mean bears. So this attack actually was extremely bad. It did not... There was no payoff at all. This is going to set Terry back quite a bit in the early game defense. And that's actually just going to add to the more of the advantage of what we're seeing here from the seaport. This looks like he's opting for more anti-everything. I think a couple terror drones would actually really hurt this because there's only one dolphin, which means the only way terror drones don't work is if the player's making sure he can pay attention. Let's take a look at Adele's camera. Let's see what he's doing here. So it looks like he's paying attention. He does see the terror drone, and he's going to try to... Oh, no. This bullfrog's putting a hole in that airplane, but he needs to keep an eye on his stuff as he knows there is a terror drone about, and he has a structure ready to place, but he wants to keep an eye on that dolphin. He knows the terror drone's coming, and
construction vehicle at your service.
Here comes the terrors. Terry knows, and oh, that's what I thought would happen, and now is oh my goodness. Awesome stuff. Wow, that's really good for Terry that he got that pulled off. I think the dolphin really did shoot at them too. I mean, like, oh my god, no they didn't. No, they definitely didn't. Yeah, terror drones die in one hit from dolphins. I'm surprised that the splash didn't get them. Oh my god, that is awful. Nice Vindicator micro using the force fire too. Taking out both of your own things. Now that was a complete waste, so that kind of balances things out. So far, the match seems to be pretty dang balanced, not very one-sided. However, Terry does have the superior economy, and we're going to see how he capitalizes on that advantage. All he has is anti-air. If Adele pushed right now, this could be a little bit dangerous. We have 5 bullfrogs from Terry. No air is going to be getting past Terry right now. These bullfrogs are guarding the ground, guarding the everything, guarding the collectors right now. And looks like the cryocopters are going to be forced to retreat for a little bit here. He's bringing 2 bullfrogs over here, I guess to make sure he doesn't get fully harassed. We got a nice bear scouting. Terry, you know, really just doing a lot of great things right now. Very intelligent play from Terry, making sure that he has everything covered, not taking risks, but at the same time trying to be aggressive. And it looks like his tank just got picked off as it's just kind of straying away from the pack. But this is right now, Terry has a lot to manage. It's really spreading out. He must have some insane APM right now, as he looks like he's controlling so many things at once. You can see all like little red dots moving around. And zero micro going on from, zero APM going on from Adele right now, except for like the Vindicators. His force sitting still. The one thing I like about Terry is that he's constantly doing something right now. He is not just sitting back. He is constantly trying to do something. I think that's a very good thing, because I find myself when I play Soviets that I just can't do anything. I just kind of sit still. But not Terry. Terry must be one of the reasons he's really good at the game is because he's able to just keep making things happen, and that is awesome. And he's pretty darn good at defending himself from this sort of play. 3 cryos. This is very devastating. The 3 cryos are going to be going around, harassing as much as they can, and they're so much faster than everything because they're air units. And he's going to be able to take out this collector, possibly. It's kind of possible. I think it's time for Terry to build a turret or something. Build one, just kind of deflect it. But then again, you know, 3 cryocopters can stop can trade shots and stuff. It's really weird. It looks like a little bit of a misfire from the Vindicator. A little bit of an upset, but here comes the bullfrogs. Will they make it in time? No, they will not. The Vindicator gets away with it. Oh my goodness, that is awful. That sets Terry back even further. And a little bit of a missed macro situation, as he could have had this collector out and running by now. But he has everything building still. He has like twin blades building, tanks building, trying to get this out. Why isn't he stopping this production? I guess this can be exceptional because it's... Oh, now he's still building. Oh my goodness, Terry, you're insane. Not stopping any of that production at all. Talk about trading military for economy. And oh crap! It didn't. Oh no! Here comes the suicidal twin blade. Suicidal twin blade. Oh my god! No, that's definitely not enough. Oh my goodness! I bet Terry's like face palmed at that one. He's like, oh, one twin blade is like weak as hell. If that was a Vindicator, which cost the same price as a twin blade, that thing would have been toast. Would have been absolutely gone. But basically the flak drop was the payload for the twin blade there. I like this position of the bullfrogs, as he does know his opponent's probably just going to try to move down over here. This is the most common position to be hit. Nobody just goes straight over here. It doesn't happen. They're often going to go around the hit here or around the hit here. So this is actually really nice. I actually used to put my bullfrogs always over here, just in case, you know. But you know what? I think I've learned something from watching this right now, and that is it's a good idea to put your bullfrogs here, because those are the most commonly chosen areas to attack. Now I like this observation post idea. He now knows the entire force of his opponent, but will it be enough for him to make a comeback here? He has all these tanks, and will it be enough? I think there's 4 cryocopters. Basically, he can turn this army of a little bit over 10 tanks, I think. Like, I think about 14 tanks. He can turn the 14 tanks into 10 tanks very quickly, and he can turn that 10 tanks into 6 tanks almost, you know, basically just not too long after. And that's just going to be devastating because of the amount of cryocopters he has. And who knows if he's going to build any more cryocopters. And Terry's going to be done for. Cryocopters are just kind of, if you have them all selected, you know, you just be like F1, F, F2, F, F3, F, F4, F, F5, F. Quick. Just do that really quick. And then that just... Oh my goodness, there we go. The refinery is down for Adele. And now he's only on 2 refineries, fighting Terry's 4. Let's see how this turns out for him. This is looking really tough for Adele. And we'll just have to see how this turns out. Really well. So he's at tier 3. He's a little hesitant to push. He really wants to rebuild the refinery. Interesting idea. If his armor facility was a little bit more downwards over here, or over here even, he could move his MCV back down and still keep the tech. Let's see how long this MCV range is. Looks like it's not that large. As we can see, he's still tier 1. So he's going to try to rebuild that refinery. We'll see how that turns out for him, but right now he's going for the kill, going for the attack. This tank should not be on laser. This one over here, the one in the back, yeah, that would be great. That'd be absolutely excellent. Oh my goodness, 2 tanks get frozen, only 1. Was that really a cryo shot? This seems to be a little bit too late to be a cryo shot. Alright, well, I guess I was wrong. It's been too long. Alright. Wow. See, this is what I'm talking about. All these tanks, they're so useless right now. His entire army of hammer tanks is just obliterated because of the fact that they just get shrunken down. They basically don't exist anymore. They can't crush infantry, and this is just looking really, really bad for Terry right now. But looks like Adele does have a bit of loss of forces, and he's pulling back. What? He's actually pulling away. Not gonna go in right now. There's all these little miniature tanks still around, but they'll go up. Looks like Terry did not lose as many forces as I originally thought. For some reason he tried to take that Athena cannon with 1 tank, and that did not work out. He needs as many tanks as he can handle right now against this massive force from Adele. And looks like Adele's really doing a good job at shrinking these tanks, making sure that he can pull this off. And looks like this Athena cannon might be going down. Looks like, yeah, he did manage to get it, and now he's kind of pulling back after taking that out. And looks like he doesn't have an Athena cannon on any of his hammer tanks. kind of hard to see. Yeah, no, nothing. Nada. It doesn't look like he'll get much past this. It doesn't look does not look good for Terry. Is what I'm trying to say. It does not look good. Not one bit. Now, of course, he's not going to be too quick to shrink the MCV, because if he shrinks it, the MCV is going to be able to get away faster. But it looks like he doesn't really care for the MCV right now. The MCV is pretty much useless to attack right at this point in time. He really wants to get rid of this refinery, and oh no, here comes the counterattack, and oh my goodness, there is no anti-air from Adele's army. Adele's army is looking really bad now. Oh my goodness, there was no anti-air, and Terry knew this. I did not even see this amount of twin blades, or probably even if I did, I probably didn't really think much of them. And but now I realized, holy crap, there's a big lack of IFVs. What the heck happened? Wow, looks like Terry did have a plan after all, and is now taking out the Athena cannon, taking out the IFV, and oh my goodness, just look at the IFV just fall. He's going to need to get as many IFVs as he possibly can. He has enough multi-gunner turrets at his MCV, but Terry is not going to be aiming for the MCV, I'm pretty darn sure. This is not looking good. His entire army being taken out by twin blades. He's not pulling them back any further. Why are they just sitting there? Why are they just sitting there? It's because he's trying to micro over here. And Terry, multitasking, much better than Adele, so it would seem, is not only defending, but he's also attacking. But oh no, all of his forces are going into his opponent's army. Not good. Not good. He just lost 2 twin blades. Oh crap, and he also just lost the MiG. This is not looking good. Now it looks like Adele's finally managed to he has a decent defense for this air attack now. Terry can now finally attempt to get back on his toes. That was looking really tough for Adele, but he no longer has a force able to counterattack, and this is going to be really good for Terry. So Terry has a very mobile force. Twin blades and bullfrogs. This is a very good combination for any matchup. Soviets versus Soviets, Soviets versus empires, especially good, and Soviets versus allies even. I've seen many players go for the bullfrog twin blade against allies. It's just a very good combo. You know, it's like Marines, Marauders, and Medevacs in StarCraft 2. It's just a freaking good combination. I mean, it has its ways to be stopped, but it's a freaking these two are just meant to be. These guys, yeah, they're just meant to be together, I guess. So looks like both players are preparing for another attack, and Terry's just kind of sneaking around. Let's take a look at Adele's view. That has no idea. He's like, what's going on? I like how Terry had this terror drone just sitting here this entire time, just sitting there with stasis ray. And oh my goodness, what is going on? All of a sudden, there's a bunch of red. Adele pulls all of his forces back. He must have Q moved. No, if he Q moved, then the Cryocopters would have came right away. He has a bunch of Cryocopters, and if he had more Apollo fighters, I think he could have definitely mixed them up better. But he's using IFVs. Not all of his IFVs, might I add. For some reason, he didn't send all of them over. But and it looks like the Prospector has just gone down. Yes, the Cryospector is my favorite unit. It's amazing. It's like its secondary ability is not only to never mind. I don't know where I'm going with that. All right. So we have IFVs going backwards, trying to be microed. The thing about gun damage from the twin blade is that it can't be avoided by moving backwards or anything. And what I'm trying to say there is that you should only really keep it moving for the fact that they have rockets, which is, I guess it's a good idea just to constantly move. And oh no, here comes the Apollo fighter, kind of coming in a bit late there. And looks like the Apollo fighter is pulling back. Now, poor Adele just had to rebuild both of his collectors, but it looks like he has enough money. Look at the extra money he saved up money. I don't know why he did that, but he saved up money and is able to protect himself. And looks like his power plant's in danger. No. Oh, he has another protocol point. He will have Cryo Blast, the most devastating move, one of the most devastating protocols in Red Alert 3 ever, completely. And looks like he's gonna sacrifice it. No, he's not. It's just good micro. Yeah, he's gonna use his good micro to take out that refinery, and looks like Terry just grinded something. So let's take a look at everywhere else. So it looks like the power plant just went down. And Adele will have the Cryo Blast, and Terry just seems to be low on army. Has this crazy crane out right now, though. The crane is a very awkward decision. I don't know what he's using it for. I guess he must have grinded that. Maybe he had a collector that he didn't need. So I guess maybe he grinded that. I didn't see it in time, that's for sure. So looks like both players are even in economy. But these cryocopters are really proving to be a real pain, a huge pain. This has been a very back and forth battle, a very long and grueling battle, might I add. So this is looking to be one of the better matches I've ever seen in quite a while. So the hammer tanks coming out into the center of the map. They are ready for a duel. The hammer tanks were just like, we know it may not be likely, boys, but we're gonna try anyways. So here they go, and the Cryo Blast does not quite get all the tanks, and this one's gonna get frozen. Oh my goodness. He does not really have too many forces. Oh, he just has lots of javelin soldiers. Javelin soldiers are really good. He does have Terry does have a barracks. I imagine he's gonna try to get some bears out, and it looks like that's exactly what he's trying to do right now. So it's kind of back and forth. They don't really know where they're going with this right now, but they're trying to see if they can find a way to overcome one another's army. And it looks like the Cryocopters officially just keeps being annoying, and all these javelin soldiers are basically making sure that there is no twin blade counterattack again. I like this choice of MiGs though. You don't see Soviet players really rely too much on MiGs because of that, but that would happen to an Apollo as well. And that's also a reason he must have built this Crusher crane. Could have been built closer to the airfield, in my opinion. But seems to be the word of the day, the word of the VOD. But I think might be just yeah. But looks like the Allies player, being Adele, is continuing to just play as well as he can. Looks like there's like no walls left over here. That's pretty cool. Screw you, walls. We're just gonna destroy you. So the Cryo Blast did not hurt as much as it could have. I mean, what I mean like that is, I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. And hey, look, we have an Athena cannon gun on the hammer tank here. Terry should move a couple of these tanks closer to that crane. I mean, especially this Athena cannon hammer over here. Oh my goodness, if this had more health, that would be boss. That would be really, really boss. I don't think Adele knows which one. I mean, sometimes it's really hard to tell. Sometimes the intensity is just so much you don't even realize that you have it. But I don't know if Terry sees this or not, but yes. Once he'll know when it starts shooting, he'll be like, hey, that's an Athena hammer. Awesome. And he definitely knows it now. I think both players will officially know it now. And I think Adele should really be targeting it. Really, really should be. Looks like he's using attack move right now. It looks like he might be using attack move. And, oh, this is not looking good for Terry. He's pulling back his forces. Got to try to regroup. He is not going all in. You know, I like that. Being cautious. Not going to throw away your units like they're nothing. Actually going to keep them alive. That is a really good thing to do. And oh my goodness, all the MiGs just really tore up those cryocopters. And the thing about having an infantry army is that it could go wrong at any moment. If your opponent does manage to stun them or crush them, it's pretty much game. I mean, all these infantry are very strong, but they can die really quick. And I just missed some awesome stuff going on back here. Where's the rewind button? Where's the rewind button? Maybe in the next Command and Conquer, right? Maybe. And looks like this collector's gonna be going down. Oh goodness, it is a real frickin' downpour right there. Dang, son, that refinery almost died in one. You know what does get pretty much dead in one? A Cryogeddon. Cryogeddon is the name of the one. I called it Cryo Blast, but it was actually Cryogeddon. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. I've been playing too much StarCraft 2. Alright, so Cryogeddon is better than pretty much everything in the entire game when it comes down to protocols. The only thing that could possibly be on its level is Honorable discharge. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Empire players. Just kidding. I really meant to say point defense, Jones. No, I'm still kidding, honestly. There's only one thing that could... Oh god, not moving it fast enough. The scatter, forcing many of his units to be spread thin. Easier to pick off. Half his army is basically forced to be destroyed, while the other is just frozen. Oh my goodness. I don't know what Terry can do here other than die. I guess I'll say it. It's GG now. Cryo again, ladies and gentlemen. Say hello to... Oh god, say hello to bears. Hello bears. Hi bears, how you doing there? And here comes some more bears. Some epic crushing from the hammer tank. Oh my goodness, Terry! He got the freaking grinder treads. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but it was like healing as it was grinded. Oh my goodness, how? How is this happening? Holy crap, he's actually killing stuff and not just dying. What is happening? What is happening right now? This cannot be real. What I have just seen, what I've just witnessed, cannot be real. His entire force is made up of javelins, so all of his anti-air has just died in his army. The refinery, the ore nodes in this map right now must be starting to get low. Looks like you know what's crazy? I think I don't know. Almost all of them are depleted. It's almost about like 9,000 for almost 9,000 left total of ore in the ore mines. You know, maybe it's a little bit over 10. Maybe it's like 10,000. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, the point is that there's not much anymore, not much at all, and they're gonna be drained very soon. And looks like another refinery will be going down. Man, this is what we like to see here. Some great stuff from Terry. Oh my goodness, this is what makes a Soviet player strong. This is how you counter harass in this match. Everybody take notes. Take freaking notes from this match. Holy crap, this is really how you play Soviets. Really, guys, really. We got Soviets not just taking damage, but the Soviets are just counter-harassing and making some really great decisions, and it's really turning out to be just a great match. And weird unorthodox sentry bomber. He does know his opponent does have MiGs. I'm not entirely sure why he built the sentry bomber or sent it in that particular situation. I don't think it was a good choice. I'm really impressed by Terry's gameplay. Not so impressed by Adele. I mean, Adele is doing good, but I don't know. Just making a couple decisions that are like, But I have to say that for the most part, I mean, he's doing absolutely fine. There's not much wrong I could possibly say about Adele's gameplay. And here comes some more twin blade harassment, some more counter harassing from Terry. It's really weird. I mean, I thought the match was over. I thought there was no way that it was possible for Terry to stop that attack. Not a way. I was convinced. I was convinced it was over, but Terry proved me wrong. Holy crap. I mean, how did that even happen? I wish I could rewind and just kind of see that again. It's like, how did that happen? So he just ran all those bears in and just took out all the... just stunned the whole crap of load of... You know, what was good was the grinder treads. That was what I really didn't expect. I think it was because of the grinder treads for a while there that a lot of the infantry was crushed. And it was because there was a lot of infantry that the grinder treads really worked out to be the treads that they are. The grinder treads. Look at that. Grinder treads, baby. That's what I call grinder treads. He has mass production, by the way, which puts him at a huge advantage in the late game. He's going to be able to outproduce the Allies, but he not only does he have a better economy, all of his units cost less. However, the Allied units are awesome. They're high-tech. They're amazing. They're meant to turn advantages into disadvantages. We already see a depleted ore node for Adele. And oh my goodness, one cryocopter has gone down, and that is not good. Oh my god, look at the sheer number of hammer tanks. This is not looking good. Now this counterattack could be the end, and oh my goodness, we have Cryo getting, and all these tanks are not gonna get frozen. Nice. This time he was quick to react, and this one's gonna get frozen. Yeah, it did. But yeah, oh my goodness, he never underestimate the power of Allied armies. Look at that. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know. My mind is just so messed up right now. It's just like, how is any of this happening? All those hammer tanks going down like that? I guess they don't really have a choice because of the Cryogeddon. Cryogeddon's absolutely brutal. But oh no, here comes a bunch of twin blades for the counterattack. And looks like because they're over the shields like this, nothing can survive within. I guess. I mean, apparently that Javelin Soldier did fall. And here comes the multi-gunner IFV. Just kind of like, get the hell out of here, you stupid twin blades. See you later. We don't want you around here anymore. And I guess the twin blades are just like, oh man, stupid IFV crashing the twin blade party. And looks like Terry is not done with his harassment yet. And oh, hello Red Alert 3, how are you doing there? Enjoying your buggy pathfinding? I know I am. Not enjoying that at all. And I'm pretty sure Terry didn't at all. He only has like one flak trooper in the twin blade he tried to load up. That sucks. And looks like he's going to try to go for the counterattack. This is not looking good for Adele. Every refinery except for this one over here, which has been harassed the most, is low on ore. In by low, I mean depleted. Look at these things. They're like empty. There's only like scraps of ore that's left. So Adele's economy is absolutely crap. Terry's, on the other hand, is it's not too bad. It is starting to deplete now, but he still has some left. Not to mention, not only does he have some left, but he has mass production, and that's going to make such a huge difference. And no matter how much Adele manages to destroy, it's just not going to be enough to stop the mass economy. And oh my goodness, we see some bears, some war bears in the twin blades. We have a bear drop, and oh, did that just put a stop to his plan. And looks like we have some twin blades just kind of being a little bit suicidal there. A little bit suicidal. Oh my god. I hate my airfield. And oh my goodness, the range on the heroic IFV. You see that? You see how long range that was? That was like a VX or something. I think it was like even longer range than a VX right there. That was crazy. And we have some more bears. He could well, he has these, so he doesn't really need to fill the IFVs. Over at Camp Terry, we can see that we still have just a couple tanks. Production's a tad bit slow right now. What is building in his MCV, ladies and gentlemen? Let's take a look. What is taking that long? An MCV? Terry rebuilding the MCV. What happened to the MCV? I didn't see. I just assumed he grinded it or something. I mean, he did have a lot of hammer tanks. Maybe he grinded it and used it for hammer tanks. I don't know. He does have a better economy though in general, so it's definitely not a surprise that he had more hammer tanks. You know, I like this song. Okay, this is pretty cool, but I have to change it. No celebration. All right. Okay. Hold on as we continue changing the music. Alright, this one's for Terry right now. Soviet Triumphal. Alright, so the match rages on. The battles just continue to be shot out. Very soon the final plays of the match will be seen. And we have some terror, some flax, and a hammer tank. Ladies and gentlemen, we possibly see one of the best matches in Red Alert 3 history. And it's between Allies and Soviets. Awesome. It's freaking awesome. Thank you so much for sending me this. This just keeps getting better and better. So it looks like this harassment attack seems to be going okay. Definitely not a finishing harassment attack. I think it could have been I think it could have been more useful without the everything else. It could have just dropped 2 flak troopers and killed the collector, because that's all this really seemed to do. But you know, experimentation is what Soviets should always be about. That's the thing I like about Soviets. They're not just a straightforward, oh, I'm going to build cryocopters, Athena cannons, and Mirage tanks. It's not like that. Soviets are not played like that. They're too cool to be played like that. And looks like we only have 1 cryocopter, so he's forced to move inward into his opponent's stuff, but I think he's definitely seen a pathway through it, and lost a tank. Gonna lose another one for sure. And okay, done for. And it looks like he's not done yet. He's going to counterattack. He has his MCV just sitting there undeployed. He rebuilt it and hasn't done anything with it. Time to redeploy that. Start using those orb drops, baby. Orbital drops, BB. Now, right now, I feel like I'm saying baby, but it's not really coming out correctly in the terms I want to use it in. So it's like I don't know. It's just not really coming out right. I just have to say, it just isn't. It's just not coming out right. I'm just not feeling it today. Not feeling. But what I am digging is this match. I am digging this match. I really am. Really am. But we can see that the Allies player is building more Athena cannons and Mirage tanks and, you know, stuff that Allies always build because they're a boring faction. Snorefest over here, Snorefest, and then we can see the awesomeness of the Soviet players launching a flak trooper. Oh, the man with the plan. We have MiGs, we have everything. We have everything. It's a little standard to see a lot of hammer tanks, but you know what? We've seen lots of flak drops. We've seen a lot of things. What we haven't seen is naval gameplay. We haven't seen any navy in this match, except for like the very beginning, where Adele tried to destroy the refinery with his navy. Yeah. And damn son, that just destroyed his refinery. And looks like he's deploying the collector. That's good. That is good. Let's see what Adele has going right now. He has a surgical strike. He has the sweeping. What he's gonna go for next, who knows? He has high technology, which is okay. I think he should probably build a single Guardian tank. I can't tell you just how much a difference high technology Guardian tanks make. They can make the biggest difference in the world. They like double your damage basically, and it's remarkable. It makes your tanks feel like they're some sort of super tank made just for you, and it makes you just feel godly. I swear, it makes you feel Gosu. It's what people in SC2 would say. But they're just not as cool as the Red Alert 3 player. I mean, look at this. Look how cool these toy-looking tanks are. They're so toy-like. No, I'm just kidding, though. If I could get a closer view, you'd see that they look like cool tanks, because the closer you get to a unit, you can really see the good design into them. And the final battle may be here, ladies and gentlemen, so we'll close the UI. And, oh no, looks like the Athena cannon has been stunned and being leeched, and this is not looking good, as the leeches are going to allow him to be surgical strikes. Where is the Cryogeddon? It looks that must be what he's waiting for. But we'll continue watching this battle. Looks like the sickles jump to their doom for the sake of destroying infantry, but oh my goodness, look at that, a suicidal sickle. And looks like this is going to force Terry's army to push forward. Oh my goodness. Oh no! Oh no! Almost all of his army is going to be frozen here, and this one too. And these guys, and the Mirage tank will get frozen. And oh god, Terry, no! Oh my god, that Cryogeddon saves the day. The power of allies reigns supreme. And he still has so much forces left. Way to force your opponent to run into your army. I think that's the worst part of Cryogeddon, you know, when you use it like that. And it looks like we have some harassment going on over here. Terry is still relentless. He's like, so what? You defeated my army. I'm still going to be a thorn in your side. I'm not going to give up. That's what I like to see. So that's some really persistent stuff right there. And he's selling everything. Sell. Why is he selling? What are you doing, Terry? What does this mean? Why just sell? This is like something I would do. I'd sell pointlessly and then actually get nowhere with it. This is really bad. He's selling everything. Just grind your MCV instead. How about that? How do you do that? What are you gonna do? Crush his units with your MCV? Pfft, not gonna do that. He still has 1 cryo left, and he's gonna go for the grind. The MCV rebuild was just kind of a dud. I think that didn't really work out too well. He did manage to kill a depleted refinery from the allied player, but he's not gonna grind the MCV after all. I think I'm not entirely sure what Terry's thinking, and I don't think I ever will, considering we don't share the same minds, and this just doesn't really make any sense. So here comes Terror Drone for the run into the opponent's army. Alright, well, this is looking to be the final showdown for sure. Oh goodness, he used the ability that nobody ever used back in the day and still don't use now and won't probably use ever. And surgical strike. But we're seeing abilities, because this match has lasted so long, we see the abilities that we just don't normally see. Matches never really last this long. And it looks like he's grinding all of his bullfrogs. He's grinding all of them. Why did he grind the heroic one? We'll never know. But he grinded them all so he could do something. And here comes the magnetic satellite. Oh god, the complete suicidal army of Terry. You fighting to the very last conscript. Why did he grind the bullfrogs? Why, Terry? I know they were not necessary, but you really couldn't build anything. And alright. And everything gets sold. Sold like mold. No, I'm just kidding. That doesn't make sense at all, actually. And looks like that's the end of the match. Unless his opponent cannot build any Riptides, that's the end of the match, and he can build. Man, I can't believe that attack over here did not finish the game. That was insane. A lot of the stuff in this match I'd like to rewind and kind of see again. You know, I could be like, what could have he done differently? I mean, like, I don't understand. What could have he done? I swear that doesn't sound right. What could have he done? It does not sound English enough for me. It does not. I'm missing a word. What could he do? Anyways, not what could have he done, but what could he have done? What could have he done? Damn it! I hate this. That's terrible. This is it's the end of the match. I guess I'll just keep talking on something relevant to the match. I have to say, this match has been amazing. It was actually absolutely spectacular. I was really doubting that Adele would have pulled it off. I thought Terry was doing almost flawless. Almost. But Cryogeddon really changes, no matter how good a player is, Cryogeddon is just an ability that guarantees a way to work. It just works. I mean, sure, your opponent can split his army and knock it frozen. But that is okay, because Cryogeddon will make your opponent force his army to be spread thin, and will force his opponent's army to be forcibly put into your army's face, and which is good for allies, because allies love that, because they have Mirage tanks, and Mirage tanks are just brutal. It's absolutely brutal. So that last counterattack of Terry, I thought he was going to win for sure. I was absolutely certain there. I thought Adele was going to win earlier as well, but it was really hard to say just where the match was going to go. That's the excitement of a real-time strategy game, though. That is the excitement. You know, it's not like chess, where it's all about thinking ahead and seeing everything, because chess doesn't have micromanagement. And chess just has, you're just using the strategy and the thinking. But in these games, you can slip up, you can misclick, you can do something you never really have done before, and might actually get away with it. And we've seen a lot of just back and forth. I mean, just look at the spikes. We got this ups and then down. I mean, just look at this. This was, you can clearly see how such of a bad of attack this was. I mean, look at that. Just he attacks and bam, spike down, spikes up, spikes down, spikes up, steady for a little bit, up and then down even further. And then Terry gets his lead in the game at this point in time, and then he crashes. So it was really hard to say just where it was going to go. Both players had their chances to defeat each other, but it just wasn't that. It just wasn't going to happen like that. It just wasn't going to happen by just regular means. They were going to have to fight until all their ore nodes were depleted. And that is just insane. You don't see many matches that go to depleted ore nodes, unless you're like, especially if you're on a noob level. Yes, you see that more often than pros, because pros often just win. That's what they do. They're just aggressive. It's not that these players didn't play aggressive. These guys played aggressive as heck. Adele went 4 cryos, just started freezing all of his collectors. Froze a refinery and destroyed that. Terry flak dropped, attacked with twin blades, did everything he could to harass. And I think there was some very impressive Soviet play from Terry. I think it was very impressive. I think it was absolutely something that I can't really think of. Some sort of English word, but I will say I was kind of hoping that Terry would have won. No, because I love seeing the underdog factions win. I think what really went wrong with that match was I think one of the biggest errors was the rebuild of the MCV. The MCV cost the equivalent of 5 tanks, although he did manage to destroy a depleted refinery, depleted ore node. He still ended up having to deal with the fact something. My train of thought just went into a tunnel and it never came out. This is just gone. Just see you later, train. See you later, thought train. Goodbye. Never seeing you again. Jeez. Yes, I think the MCV. Okay, now I can kind of remember what I was going to say. The MCV rebuild was the problem at the end there. It was pretty much unnecessary, but you never know, right? Because of the Cryogeddon is just so powerful, and even when you do make the counter, hold on, I'm gonna turn on this music. Jeez, Grinder 2, gotta be so loud. God. All right. So Grinder 2. Yeah, so Grinder 2 shouldn't have rebuilt that MCV. No, Terrybogard shouldn't have rebuilt the MCV. I think. I mean, the only thing it did was that 1, maybe 2 downpours. But then again, remember when he did that counterattack? He still had all of his abilities to use. I think that's one of the biggest reasons he rebuilt it, because he wanted all of his abilities. But remember how long it took him to actually deploy the MCV. I guess it was just a decision to make. I think it was okay to not build it or build it. I think it was just preference, I guess. And he did it while he was attacking, which was a good idea. It was perfect idea. That's what you should do. So, you know, I don't think it was a mistake after all. I just think it's just his choice. You can do it or not do it. I think what definitely led him to the decision was because the match was going on for so long. He had so many protocols that he could have used, and so he built the MCV to try to enhance his army a bit further. And maybe one of the biggest issues is just you know, I don't know, I really can't say. I really can't. I was gonna say he could have just sat back, kept building hammer tanks, and built so many to a point where his opponent just can't kill them until they're at a point where they just sweep. I think he basically tried to do that before the Cryogeddon killed it. He had a lot of hammer tanks, but then when the Cryogeddon came, instead of pulling back, he pushed forward, which I think was a mistake. I mean, if he would have turned his tanks around and moved out of the way, sure, he would have lost a couple, but he wouldn't have lost them all. That's just some kind of stuff to think about. The match lasted a long time. You can't hold your mental strength for that long. But these guys have practiced a lot. You know, it's a video game too. It's not like it was a tournament match or anything, right? Maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know much about the history of this match, but I do know that it was a damn good match, and that it could have gone so many different ways. It really could have. It could have gone any way. Anyone could have won at any certain push, you know. It just really showed good persistence Now Terrybogard selling all that stuff at the end, I don't understand what was up with that. I guess he was kind of like, well, I guess because I lost my force, I don't want to play this any longer. Maybe Terry was getting a little, you know, just like, oh, I don't want to play this any longer. I'm done with this. GG, man. I'm gonna sell everything, just build whatever I can. I just want this match to end. I don't know. Terry's weird like that sometimes. I mean, I'm like that sometimes, but that's because I'm like that. That's just my play style. I like dramatic play styles. So, I guess, well played by both. I'm not gonna say I could have done it any better. What the heck did I say before better? Jeez. Anyways, yeah, I don't think anybody in the Red Alert 3 universe ever of all time could have played the match quite like they did there. Very impressive by both. Lots of flak drops from Terry, lots of awesomeness from the game itself, lots of crazy crap going on. I don't even know what to say. I'm basically speechless. I'm saying a bunch of stuff trying to make sense of something, but I really can't explain any of it. I thought Terry was going to lose, and he ended up winning. Winning the battle, I mean, the little battle that he had there with the massive infantry army of Adele. My brain is exhausted. I'm exhausted from just watching that. Ugh. I'm out of here. Hold on. I'm gonna press continue to try to end the replay. Oh, we did. Anyways, as I spent 10 minutes talking at the end, which is good, right? That's what I said I'd do. I still spent all my talking at the end of the game. I will continue the Times of Old series eventually. You just have to wait on for that. But for now, I'm holding up to putting these VODs out on Friday, so happy Friday. Yay. For the people who watched it on Friday. For the people who watched it after, shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. See you guys later.